You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
Hey everyone, this is Trent doing a video which has been in pre-production in my head for the longest time. As I mentioned in my last video, I realised I have completely ignored my character analysis series, which was a series I created a long time ago. Alas, I've finally decided to keep this series as there are still a plethora of video game characters I still wish to discuss. In today's video, I want to look at the character Maria from Team Silent's masterpiece, Silent Hill 2, developed by Konami. To those unfamiliar with my character analysis series, I basically take one character from a game and strip them down to bare wood. I analyse their traits and dissect their individual components to see how they were created and what their significance is to their respective game. Naturally, this means one thing: I will spoil this game beyond recognition, so please heed my warning here and now if you have not played Silent Hill 2. To anyone like me who adores Silent Hill and are more interested in a retrospective look at Maria's character, this will be more of a recap for you, so feel free to add your own hypotheticals and opinions in the comment section below. I'd just like to add finally that I would have done this video a lot sooner, but I've been having so many technical issues with my computer and I've just managed to get it fixed, so I'm really sorry. When trying to discuss the Maria character, I predict a lot of people have already reached their own verdict on what her character arc is all about, so my theory may of course differ to someone else's. Although the rest of the Silent Hill 2 cast is an excellent mirror to the game's first-class story, I feel Maria's character offers the most ambiguity and depth out of all of them. You can literally call her a walking thesis in character study. The first thing I want to discuss about her is her obvious similarities to James's late wife Mary, and their opposing differences. It's downright scary how similar they look. Even James is at a complete loss as to what to say when he first meets her at Rosewater Park. Whereas Mary and Maria share the same physiology, they can almost be twins, Maria's outward appearance and attitude is a stark contrast. Her clothing is sexually suggestive, she carries herself in a provocative, promiscuous fashion, and speaks in a very seductive manner. Essentially, Maria is the perfect woman that James has always envisioned. Young, rebellious, sexy, and affectionate. Everything apparently Mary wasn't. Throughout the course of the game, you start seeing glimpses of an even greater mystery, that Maria appears to be more omnipresent than one may think. The first thing I realised is Maria's absence when other characters are present. Maria is never seen with any other character in the game apart from James, further indicating to me that Maria really is a manifestation of James's desire, instead of existing in the current space of time. An example of this is when Maria refuses to enter the bowling alley with James, stating that she hates bowling. But even stranger is the fact that Maria feels obliged to save and protect Laura, a lost 8-year-old child in search of Mary, even though she has never met her before. As James is the only person that we see she interacts with, I think it's safe to assume that Maria really is nothing more than an illusion, which is why I think her side story, aptly called Born from a Wish, makes perfect sense. As James and Maria approach Al Camilla Hospital, strange events begin to transpire as they communicate more, and development through dialogue starts to be exposed. During one scene, Maria asks James to stop as she begins to feel ill, assuring him that it is only due to a hangover. She takes some mysterious pills and asks James to continue searching for Laura. This clearly is a flashback to James being in hospital with Mary when she was being increasingly ill and was reliant on medication. When the hospital warps into the Otherworld version, returning to this room where Maria resided shows that she has vanished, with pill bottles strewn over the bed and floor. She soon later appears when James attains the copper ring to find her exasperated and blames James for abandoning her, and questions him about Laura yet again. This is another important scene which exhibits another striking similarity that happened to James while Mary was sick. When Maria was diagnosed with a terminal disease, she began to start resenting James for visiting her, as she found herself to be unattractive and undeserving of his attention. Maria starts to show more or less the same behaviour, lashing out and demanding him never to leave her alone. This clearly is the moment to me which really acts as the start of Maria being the dead ring of Mary's ordeal. Another interesting scene is when James and Maria are being chased down the long winding corridor by the dreaded Pyramid Head. James makes it to the lift in time, but Maria is brutally killed before both can escape together. This is another mirrored event that happens when James lost Mary. The feeling of emptiness, the guilt of not being able to save her, drives him into a downward spiral. This later results in him warping the actual truth of what happened, and that Mary's death really was because of an ulterior decision. But of course, we as the player are not made aware of this just yet. Maria's next appearance doesn't come until the last quarter of the game. The next time we see her is when she appears to be alive and well, while James is exploring the labyrinth. The scene between James and Maria talking on opposite ends of prison bars is the single most important scene in the game, and a lot can be studied from this one scene. Maria begins to divulge information that seemingly only Mary knew, talking about the hotel that they stayed at and the videotape that they made. Maria tends to toy with James's emotions as he asks her if she is actually Maria or his beloved Mary. She states that it doesn't matter if she is or not, as she is here for him and she is real. I think the developers intentionally made this scene to be confusing, as Maria would sometimes talk in her usual outspoken manner, but then speak tenderly to him as only Mary would. I feel that this is the point where Maria realises that she is only a product of a man's dream, and has accepted the fact that even though she isn't real, she will care for James regardless. When James next meets her, he finds her yet again brutally killed on a hospital bed, with what I theorise as Pyramid Head's handiwork, for not accepting his faults and punishments as a husband. I'll also add here that it appears to me anyway, that it's actually James behind prison bars, and not Maria. I can't justify why, but I've always had that feeling, and if you did too, please let me know in the comment section below. I really could analyse this one scene at great length, it really is that good, and I don't think I'll ever reach an ultimatum about what the actual truth is. My theory changes almost each time I play through Silent Hill 2, but I do firmly believe that this is Maria's most important scene in the entire game. And in the final events of the game, Maria is seen for the last time. The latter events depend on how well you play the game. Right before the ultimate showdown with a pair of spear-wielding Pyramid Heads, Maria is savagely killed, yet again, with James coming to the realization that everything has happened for a reason, to show James that he needed to be punished for his negligence and greed. James accepts this fate and prevails until he meets his last battle with either his Mary or Maria. Again, this depends on how well you played the game. My favourite ending is Underwater, depressing as it may seem, followed by the Maria ending. Should the player obtain the Maria ending, it shows James and Maria escaping Silent Hill, but Maria begins to cough, showing that the spiral of death will soon continue. There is a lot to uncover if a player is wanting to understand Maria's character, and player participation is needed in deciding who and what she is at the end of the day. I honestly do believe that Maria is nothing more than a dream made flesh and blood, created by James's self-consciousness, as this is what he has perceived his perfect wife to be. Playing Maria's Born from a Wish scenario is also another really good glimpse at her enigmatic character. At the very beginning, Maria herself questions about what she is, what her purpose is, and is unsure why she feels that James is important to her and seeks to find him, although this is against what Ernest Hemingway's warning is all about, saying that he is of course a bad man. In my conclusion, Maria to me personally is one of the most fully realised and expertly fleshed out characters in gaming, something that I wouldn't see again until I started playing The Last of Us and The Walking Dead. It is extremely rare to see a character of this calibre in the gaming medium. She is a blistering example of how even a mysterious character that we don't know much about can leave a powerful impact in her wake. Her outspoken and spunky attitude is a brilliant contrast to her sometimes dark and moody disposition. Her dialogue in the game, although rather limited, never misses a beat or compromises her character. And the musical theme Promise, should you get the Maria ending, is the single most favourite track of mine in any gaming soundtrack. It's very hard for me to find a fault in Silent Hill 2 since it's one of my all-time favourite games, but there is a lot to take away from the experience. It delves into very deep and very dark subject matters, and its intelligent and often disturbing story, its expertly drawn characters will have your head reeling long after you play it. But this video is about Maria's character. I hope this video sheds some light on why I think she is such a compelling character, and why I think more characters like her are needed in this medium. If you guys wish to add in your own 2 cents on this one-of-a-kind character, feel free to do so in the comment section below. To those wanting to input their own hypotheticals on Maria's character, I would love to hear from you too. I hope you guys really like this character analysis. It's something that I really want to pursue and do more of. So I hope to see you guys in my next video, which should be a review, and until then, take care of yourselves, and I shall remember you soon.